Namaskar. I'm Dr. Nalini Avinash Wagmare, working as an assistant professor at Devak Maharashtra Vidyapith. This is my brief information. Today's our topic is related to medieval medieval historiography. Under that also some points covers related to medieval Indian historiography. What were the features of medieval historiography and which type of writings are there and who were the authors and which basic features this medieval historiography we will find detail. Medieval historiography, basically medieval historiography was a mere continuation of the Hellenistic and Roman historiography. In fact, each period for which history is depicted, the historian is generally affected and impressed by the times, environment, and circumstances and situations. So, whenever any historian write any history or any history book related to events and other things, that particular period basically impact in his writing we find. So, it is rightly said that generally historians hold a mirror for the contemporary society, and his ideas and impressions are clearly visible in his writings. Likewise, the Middle Ages historiography also had its own following characters. So let's see which were the types of this medieval historiography in the world. First thing is the history as a divine plan. So in most of the, while we study the medieval historiography, we find it's the history a divine plan. The historian of medieval period did not have faith that history was a narrative or a philosophy. They considered it to be a divine plan, means whatever happening because of the will of God. That concept is basically we find in the medieval historiography. Hence, it is in the interest of individual himself that he should work according to it instead going against the God's plan. The historian of medieval period also were of the opinion that the course of history was predicted, and if some tried to go against it, the course of history could not be changed. So they think that everything already planned according to the will of the God. Therefore, his plan of going against the divine plan would end in smoke and he will be condemned by the society. Thus, he would be frustrated on account of his failures. Then another characteristic of the medieval historiography is the lack of critical outlook. The historians of the medieval period were not having critical outlook, and their lack of critical outlook forced them to depend either on traditions or some facts. They did not care for their validity or responsibility. If someone ever paid attention to the criticism, it was not all systematic or scientific. It by and large depend on the personal nature of the historian. How it's depend to historian to historian, scholars to scholars what they are thinking about it. But we find the very less critical thinking find in the medieval historiography. Most of they are thinking divine will of the God. Then lack of source material. The historiographers of the medieval age concentrate themselves in the writing of the contemporary on the basis of available sources. They have neither time nor liking towards writing of the remote history. Moreover, they did not pay attention to the collection of original source material for the sake of their writings. As they depend on a scanty material, they fail to produce any standard work. Means whatever material is there, they only use that one, but they not done more research work or collect the materials and come to the analysis and come to the conclusion. Emphasis on quantity. It is also proved from the available works of the historians of medieval ages that they laid more emphasis on quantity instead of quality. They wrote their works in number of volumes, but did not pay any attention towards the quality of their work. In fact, they sacrificed quality at the cost of quantity. However, after crusades, some of the historians began to direct their attention towards the improvement of quality of their historical works. Means one volume, second, two, third, like parts wise, they have given importance, but they're not given importance in if write one article or one book or one document, but they think that more and more quantity basis they have given importance. Instead of 1, 2, they have given 10 volumes, 10 parts, that way. The neglect of historical method. A good historian is one who always verifies the truth of facts before writing history, and as we know that the events recorded by the historiographer should neither be prejudiced or biased. But unfortunately, during Middle Ages, most of the scholars were churchmen. Hence, whatever was written by them, it was full of prejudice and bias. Their aim was to lay stress on the existence of church and condemn the states which did not follow the principles of Christianity. They also were of the opinion that the non-Christian states will have to suffer because of their faithlessness. So this type of faith concept existing in medieval period. However, it is fact that without their writing, the entire world would have been historically crippled and humanity might have to suffer a great loss. Actually, the missing links of history must not have been abridged without the writings of the historians of Middle Ages. Even the another characteristic of this medieval period is that they neglected the social economic factors in their writings. The historians of Middle Ages completely neglected the role of social economic factor, which played a prominent role in molding of the historical events. The scholars of period did not pay much attention towards scientific even analysis theory, for they believed that God had already decided the course of the history. And man did not have power to interfere in the matter of God. Thus, their narrow outlook proved to be a hurdle in the production of standard work during the Middle Ages. So they never take a critical step or analytical or interpretation steps to write the history. Whatever some materials there, they have written that one and kept in a manner. Then another, we find the feature of medieval historiography is that as a Middle Ages, historians did not make any effort to collect fresh source materials. It is not possible to affirm whether the historian of Middle Ages made use of any methodology. But if it is believed that they made use of methodology in their works, it was full of defects. Whatever methodology had been adopted by the writers of Middle Ages made it difficult to mark a distinction between chronicles, systematic histories, and biographies. Thus, they employed defective methodology, even it is supposed they made use of any. So, some church appointed the historian, even some Muslim rulers or even some others appointed, then they have written everything, whatever their rulers told to them or Pope told to them. So, this type of things happened that time, and there is no systematic methodology they adopted in their writings also. Then maintenance of old documents. In spite of all shortcomings in the writings of historians of the Middle Ages, they made some significant contribution in the preservation of old records and documents. As a historian, a prominent historian writes about it, even if there were numerous shortcomings in the works of medieval historians, it cannot be denied that they preserved the history of their period, which proves valuable to the modern scholars in the reconstruction of the history of the Middle Ages. In the absence of these works, it would have been high impossible to know about the Middle Ages. See, because of they have written something and they have kept document, and that's why we are referring those things, and the continuous process of history writing is started. Then while we are these are the defects or features we find in the medieval historiography. Although medieval historians contributed the historiography or writing history in a manner. So just here in a few slides, I give you information about the medieval period in India. Under that, which are the sources, who were the authors, they contributed to write the Indian history. While we are studying the Middle Ages historiography, under that medieval period, Indian type of historiography also we have to study. So while studying the sources of medieval India, we find the two types of sources. One is literary and another one is archaeological. Even regional language sources also available, which are in Hindi, Urdu, Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, Rajasthani language. Most of these sources are related to two periods. One is Sultanate period and another one is Mughal period. Even the Maratha period sources also available in medieval, related to medieval period also. So this, while we are studying the sources, most of sources focus on this dynasty while related to Delhi Sultanate, the slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid, and last one is Lodi dynasty. While studying the Mughal dynasty, the famous 7 Mughal rulers information given by these medieval historians related to Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. Then indigenous sources are available in Sanskrit, Marathi, Persian, and other languages. Then foreign language sources also, which help us to help us to write the medieval historiography in a detailed manner. English, Dutch, Portuguese, French, but these are related to later on 16th, 17th, 18th centuries. These sources give us information. Then foreign accounts also give us information about this. Again, Persian, Hindi, Marathi, Kannada, Telugu languages. Then some archaeological sources available which give medieval Indian history related to monuments, palaces, forts, temples, historical sites, coins, and inscriptions. While we study this Delhi Sultan Shahi and Mughal dynasty, we have to refer Persian foreign accounts under the Tariq-e-Ulida, Chachnama, Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi, Tariq-e-Hind. These are some Persian sources we focus on, give information about Delhi Sultan Shah and Mughals. Even foreign accounts, Abdul Razak, Manushi, Hawkins, Marco Polo, Niccolo Conti, these are give us a lot of information about the time. During Sultanate period, the literature was in a various category. Under that, literature teachings of Sufis, very helpful to understand medieval age. Wasiyat names, general histories, prose written in someone's praise, those also give us information. Didactic history and artistic history also give us a lot of information about the medieval period, basically related to Sultanate period. And while related to, already I explained related to the Al-Biruni, Amir Khushru, Ziauddin Barani, Ibn Battuta, Shamsi Siraj, Parista, Ahmad Adgar, some of the historian names mentioned here who wrote so many books related to medieval period, basically focus on this Sultanate period. Then Delhi Sultanate Chachnama, Al-Biruni, Hassan Nizami, Minaz Siraj books give us information, Arab invasion on India, as well as Muhammad Ghazni, Ghori, Turkish rule in India, as well as how the slave dynasty established in India and how the Lodi dynasty ended, then Mughal dynasty started. So this type of information given by these authors. Then directly we go to the Mughal period. In Mughal period, during this period, art of history writing became very sober and dignified against earlier period when it was less mature and much less sober. Attention was paid to the common man and society. Mughal rulers were much more history conscious than the rulers of Sultanate period. Much attention paid to fine arts and cultural aspects in history writing. In Mughal period, efforts were made to free history from religion. Thus, to an extent, history became secular. In this period, historians tried to find out their causes and interpreted this as they themselves asserted events. Efforts were made to use authentic material in history writing. Then these are the types of Mughal historiography, that official records are there, gazetted and official manuals, government records, local and provincial histories, biographies and memories, library works, non-official histories, collection of letters are available. Then some famous books and historians who contributed a lot to understand the Mughal dynasty and their contribution to Indian culture and tradition. Like Babar's famous book Babarnama, Gulbadan Begum's Humayun Nama, Jahangir's Tujuke Jahangiri, Abul Fazl's Akbarnama, as well as Amir's Humayun Nama, Hamid Lahori's Pasha Nama, Muhammad Kazim's Alamgir Nama, as well as Masir-e Alamgiri, Tariq-e-Sher Shahi, Tabaqat-e Akbari. These all are give a lot of information about Mughal rulers. You take the Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shahjahan, Aurangzeb. So according that also, a lot of books are available, and those are also available in market in the libraries. Then they given more importance. The silent basic feature of this medieval Indian historiography is that Muslims before coming to India were in close contact with Persia, and as such from there they had inherited consciousness in history writing. Their historiography had some silent features which are mentioned below. Eyewitness accounts are there, sense of cultural superiority, less stress on legends, less stress on religion as a main theme. Also here we find how in the divine belief in medieval period, the same thing also find in the medieval Indian historiography also. Less attention to condition of common man, no critical outlook what we find in the medieval earlier few points. Large number of biographies also available in the medieval period Indian historiography. History attracted some significance. Recording of regional history also available. For them, history is succession of divine acts. Most of the historians mention this one. Avoidance of chronological confusion. History as a profession because they appointed a court historian to write the history there. Then some of the funds as a source of to understand the medieval period. Then some monuments like Red Fort, the Lane Bidar Fort in the Bahmanis period they mention here. Then Gol Gumbaj of Bijapur and Taj Mahal of Agra, also their monuments still existing, which also give us a lot of information about the medieval Indian history. So these are the reference book you can refer to understand the history. Even B. Sheikh Ali's book also you can refer for detailed study. So here briefly given information about the medieval ages historiography as well as medieval Indian historiography briefly explained in this lecture. So thank you very much for listening my lecture. Thank you.